Welcome to Infidelity Truths. Before we dive into today's gripping story, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more thrilling stories just for you. Let's begin. I never thought I'd be the kind of woman who checks her husband's phone, but that night, something didn't feel right. The text came in at exactly 12:03 a.m. I was half asleep, curled up in bed, when the vibration on the nightstand pulled me out of my haze. He was in the shower. Curious, I glanced over and saw her name on the screen. Melissa, work. But the message preview? Can't stop thinking about earlier? My heart skipped. Not the good kind of skip. The kind that drops straight into your stomach like a stone. I sat up slowly, trying to convince myself it wasn't what it looked like. Maybe it was about a work project. Maybe earlier meant a team meeting. But deep down, I already knew. They'd been spending more time together lately, late meetings, quick drinks after work, inside jokes I wasn't a part of. I'd even asked him once, casually. So, Melissa? Is she nice? He shrugged. Yeah, she's cool. Gets her job done. That's all he said. I wanted to believe him, but now this message sat there, glowing on his screen, challenging everything. I reached for the phone. My hands were shaking. The passcode, I knew it. He hadn't changed it. It unlocked easily, and then the floodgates opened. There were messages, lots of them, hidden in a folder called Work Chat. Clever, but not clever enough. I love how you looked at me today. Wish I was lying next to you instead. He doesn't appreciate you the way I would. Wait, he? My vision blurred as I read through more. These weren't messages from Melissa to my husband. They were from my husband to her. He was the one pursuing her, and worse, she was married too. She was. I stared at the screen, my fingers numb, heart pounding like a war drum. It wasn't just flirting. It was full-blown emotional cheating, maybe even more. They talked every day. First thing in the morning, before he kissed me goodbye. Midday check-ins, during lunch, even goodnight texts, while he was lying right next to me. I saw photos. Nothing explicit, but intimate. Her smiling in a car. Him complimenting her lipstick. One picture made my breath catch. She was wearing the scarf I bought for him. And then came the part that crushed me completely. Let's plan something soon. Maybe that weekend she's at her sister's. That was me. I had told him I was going to visit my sister in 2 weeks, and he had already picked out the perfect window to be with her. Tears welled in my eyes, but I didn't let them fall. Not yet. I heard the water turn off. He was finishing up his shower. I didn't know what to do. Do I confront him now? Do I pretend like I didn't see anything and keep gathering evidence? Do I message her husband? I quickly closed the messages and placed the phone back exactly where I found it. When he stepped out of the bathroom, towel around his waist, he smiled at me. Still awake? He asked, rubbing his hair dry. I forced a smile. Yeah, couldn't sleep. He leaned in and kissed my forehead. Love you, he mumbled, walking over to the dresser. I stared at him, wondering how he could say that so easily, so convincingly, with lies still fresh on his lips. That night, I didn't sleep. I lay there, wide awake, planning my next move. But what happened the next morning was something I never saw coming. The next morning, I acted normal. I made coffee, packed his lunch, even kissed him goodbye like I always did. But inside, I was a storm. I wasn't ready to confront him. Not yet. I needed more than messages. I needed certainty. Something I could hold up in the face of his inevitable gaslighting. After he left, I did something I never thought I'd do. I messaged Melissa's husband. I found him on Facebook. His name was Derek, and from what I could gather, he looked like a good man. A devoted dad, if the photos with his 2 little girls were any indication. My hands trembled as I typed, Hi, Derek. I know this is strange, but I think we need to talk. It's about your wife and my husband. He replied in less than 10 minutes. What is this about? I sent screenshots, just a few. Enough to open his eyes like mine had been opened the night before. Silence. Then, we need to meet, in person, today. We met at a coffee shop across town, somewhere discreet. Derek looked like he hadn't slept in days. When he saw me, he gave a polite nod, eyes red and swollen. I had a feeling, he said softly, but I never wanted to believe it. He showed me his phone, messages from Melissa to my husband, photos of them together, at a hotel, smiling like newlyweds, dates, receipts, even a shared burner phone. They had been at this for over a year. They had been planning a future together while lying to us. I felt sick. Derek leaned forward. What do you want to do? I don't know, I whispered. But then, Derek said something that stopped my heart cold. They booked a weekend trip. This Friday. I found the reservation in her email. My throat went dry. He looked at me. What if we both showed up? Friday came faster than I expected. Derek and I sat in his car just outside the resort entrance, the dashboard clock ticking louder than my own heartbeat. Room 217, under her name. Check-in confirmed. They were already there. I'm not sure I can do this, I whispered. Derek stared ahead, jaw clenched, his fingers drumming the steering wheel. We need closure, the truth, right in their faces. I nodded slowly, steeling myself. I wasn't here to fight. I was here to end the war. We walked into the resort lobby like strangers. No words, just silent resolve. Room 217. Second floor, end of the hallway. Each step felt like dragging a stone behind my ribs. Derek raised his hand, fist hovering in the air. Knock, knock. No answer at first. Then the door creaked open. There they were. My husband, shirtless. Melissa, wearing his hoodie. Their faces dropped like glass hitting concrete. Hey, Derek said coolly. Surprised? The silence was heavy. My husband stammered. This isn't what it looks like. Save it, I said. I've seen enough. We both have. Melissa stepped back, her lips parted in shock. How did you... I read your fairy tale, I cut in. And I'm done playing the fool. I pulled a sealed envelope from my bag and tossed it on the bed. Divorce papers. I won't scream. I won't cry. I just want you out of my life. Derek looked at Melissa and shook his head. You had a family, 2 kids, and you threw it away for... this? She didn't respond. Tears welled in her eyes, but I felt nothing. Not anymore. I turned to leave, my voice calm. One day you'll both feel the weight of what you destroyed. But it won't be today, because today, I walk away. As we left the room, my husband called after me, voice cracked. Desperate. Wait, we can fix this. I stopped at the door without turning around. You broke something that can't be fixed. We walked out of the resort and into the sunlight. I didn't look back. And for the first time in a long while, I felt free. Moral lesson. 1. Trust, once broken, is rarely restored. Infidelity doesn't just shatter love, it destroys the foundation of respect, loyalty, and security. 2. Silence can be louder than anger. You don't need to scream to make a point. Walking away with dignity often speaks louder than confrontation. 3. Closure doesn't come from others. It comes from within. Waiting for apologies or remorse only keeps you stuck. True healing begins when you choose yourself. 4. Not every broken relationship deserves repair. Some betrayals are the universe's way of telling you to close the door and never look back. Thank you, my amazing subscribers. Wow, what a journey. If you've made it to the end of this story, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Your support means everything to me. Every time you watch, like, and comment, you're helping keep this channel alive and growing. And trust me, the best is yet to come. I see all your comments. I feel your love, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. Your thoughts and feedback inspire me to create even more powerful stories. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new upload. More shocking twists, emotional journeys, and real-life lessons are on the way, and I don't want you to miss a single one. Together, we're building an incredible community, and I'm so grateful to have you on this journey with me. Stay strong, stay inspired, and remember, sometimes life's greatest lessons come from the most unexpected moments. See you in the next story.